Today we're going to try the best Paragon and map combo that exists in Bloons TD6, and we're going to do that on the latest Elite boss, which is Elite Vortex with, well, basically 0 military monkeys. Yup, they banned all the militaries, which are actually quite nice versus Vortex in general, just because of the fact that they usually attack from a distance. And while facing Vortex, you actually want to keep your distance with your towers so that they don't get stunned. Now this map is special. This is Sulphur Springs, and this entire canyon is considered a low ground, obviously, with the exception of these pillars, which are considered a high ground. But there's this spot over here, like this little stair, I guess you could call it, which is also considered a low ground, but not exactly. If you have a Dart Paragon over here, it's gonna keep all the Juggernaut projectiles on the inside, and these projectiles bounce off of walls, and obviously they're going to be destroying the boss and gonna destroy everything else that appears. That's the exact reason what makes this map so good for the Dart Paragon, and we are gonna do exactly that. You can actually buff the Dart Paragon in many ways. You can give it the overclock through the NG. You can buy the Boomer Paragon on the side, which gives a 10% attack speed buff. So things are gonna get very interesting, but we have to get there. So let me get started on the farming. We're not doing anything special. It's likely gonna be the Minneapolis, and then we're gonna go into the Banana Central and everything. So let me just get this thing going. I'm gonna see you guys in a second. Alright, so I think we're fine to get it going. A little bit late this time around. We started off with Salt, and Salt is actually quite decent if you don't have Ben or any other farming hero, like maybe Trallo, because you can just place her down and she is just going to beat all the rounds by herself. So let's sell all these marketplaces. Let's go like this. Let me buy the farm, just buy the Minneapolis, and basically you guys know how it goes after this point. So we're just gonna be buying the small marketplaces, but also try and save up a little bit of cash for the defense of the tier 1 boss, which I still have not decided what it's gonna be, because usually you would use the elite defender, but the militaries are banned this time around. So the tier 1 boss is about to appear, and here is how I want to try and defeat this guy. I'm gonna try and get a, well, let's start off with the sticky ninja, and then we're gonna see what happens. I was thinking maybe we get the master bomber, but that might be, well, a little bit of an overkill, and I'm not exactly sure if we can afford it in the first place. So let's save up $1,000, then we're gonna sell one of these farms. There we go. Buy the sticky now. If anything, the sticky is gonna buy us a little bit more time, right? So let's also keep dropping the solid abilities, because why not? It's not gonna do a lot of damage, but we are gonna need damage by, well, we're gonna need damage in the tens of thousands, and it's already now looking good because the sticky just got stunned. You guys know what? As these rounds are going by, I'm just gonna keep buying these marketplaces. They need like 2 rounds to pay themselves off. So for example, we bought this one at 42, I think. So by the time 45 arrives, we can sell it with a profit, is what I'm saying, and we should likely be doing that. I mean, it's not like the sticky is doing bad, it's just like it's not doing good either. So how about we help it out with a Spike Storm? I don't think one Spike Storm is gonna be enough, but we just need to buy a little bit of time, because Vortex, whenever you proc a skull, he kind of gets pushed back a little bit. You guys know what? I think it's gonna be fine, because the sticky pushed it back a little bit. Now we're gonna drop the ability, and then we're gonna proc another skull, hopefully, and now it's back in the range of the sticky. Yeah, this is going perfect so far. You guys know what? This second Spike Storm might not even be necessary now that I look at this. So I'm just gonna sell it, and I'm gonna reinvest the cash, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's go like this now. Dump the Spike Storm, which is right on time, by the way, for round 49, because it's an annoying one. And there it is, tier 1. It was a pretty cheap tier 1, although it took us a very long time. It's round 49, to be fair. So let's go like this. Let's sell the Spike Storm. I sold the other Spike as well. We're gonna sell the Sticky Ninja. Let's reinvest all the cash. So we're doing Central Markets eventually to the Banana Central. And for tier 2, maybe a single Master Bomber is gonna be enough. I would actually love to make the Master Bomber work, because you can have it somewhere on the side. It's not range dependent. It's gonna hopefully defeat the boss by itself, and it's also gonna simplify everything for us. So let's try and pull that thing off for the tier 2. I usually like farming like this. So a couple of central markets, usually 4 to 5, just a BRF, which is getting overclock. You keep the overclock, you get the Banana Central, and then you do the Ultra Boost. And if you guys want to make a lot of money, you can actually do this. You can get the Banana Farmer Pro, and that thing basically produces the same amount of crates which your farm currently produces. So with the Ultra Boost, it comes out to be like insane amounts of money per round, if you're into that sort of a thing. But I actually did this a while back, and the feedback from you guys was that we shouldn't be doing that in general. So that's why I kind of stopped using it. If we were to use the Banana Farmer Pro, I would usually use it for the top path, which is like the collect from the entirety of the map and doesn't provide any bonuses. I think that's kind of a fair thing to do in a way, because usually you would just use the normal Banana Farmers, but the tier 2 boss is out. So let's try it like this now. Is a single Master Bomber going to be enough to beat this whole thing? And we're going to give it a little bit of time, because we're not exactly struggling with the farming. And when we reach $30,000, we're going to sell all of these marketplaces. We're going to buy the Banana Central. And yeah, the Master Bomber is actually doing quite well so far. I don't exactly know why I'm not using this guy different boss events. Maybe it's because we have the militaries actually, so you kind of, you know, use the mat. That's kind of the comfort thing to do. But this is around 63, and these ceramics are quite fast. Wait, hold on a second. Let's sell this Dart Monkey real quick, and let's do this. Just buy the Ring of Fire with the mid path for the extra pierce, and I think this is gonna be fine. Yeah, so it's not like we cannot deal with these guys. It's just they're getting sped up by Vortex, and it's just not enough time to deal with them, basically. Oh, is he actually gonna pop on top of the Banana Central? No. Can I stop this guy from attacking somehow? Nope, the charges get thrown automatically. Okay, we're gonna tank that. Oh, is this actually gonna work, guys? I mean, the towers are attacking at the bottom. They're gonna get stunned in a second. I don't know. I think we need to do something about the last call, I'm pretty sure. Let's try and patch things up with a Spike Storm, I was thinking. The money's barely not there, by the way. We're also gonna need to dump some Sawed abilities, it seems like. Ooh, these balloons are super, super fast. Alright, so hopefully the Spike doesn't get stunned. We bought the Spike Storm, and let's just kind of watch what's happening on this round. So, yeah, a lot of small balloons. So let's start by dumping the Sawed level 10 ability. I'm gonna dump the level 3 as well, and let's use the Spike Storm, because single Spike Storm is not going to do anything, but I guess it's going to plant some spikes on the ground so that all these small balloons which are getting sped up don't kind of run through. And you guys know what, actually this Master Bomber, it was perfect. This is perfect. Like, this guy is about to leave and he's gonna get popped. So the only thing that we essentially need to deal with was maybe just the small balloons to make sure these guys at the bottom don't get stunned. But yeah, there we go. That was a tier 2, which just a single Master Bomber dealt with it. That was amazing, actually. Alright, so let's sell the Master Bomber. Let's buy the... Sure, I'm gonna get the Walsh. Just kind of get it a little bit earlier. And then just spam the entirety of the map with 420 farms. And guys, it is time for our Dart Paragon to own tiers 3, 4, and 5 if possible. And it comes to tier 3 boss. Now here's what's happening on this one. So round 80 with $175,000, I bought all the tier 5s, but here's what we're gonna do. Just to show you guys how powerful this guy is, the Dart Paragon on this specific map, I'm just gonna buy it like this. It's gonna be a degree 1, but this degree 1 goes so hard on this map, actually, that it's gonna be like, it's not even gonna be close in how fast he's gonna dispatch this boss. In fact, he's probably gonna keep it like here on the top side, actually. Yeah, just look at what is happening with these Juggernaut balls. They're getting kept inside, and this is exactly what Ninja Q wanted us to do on this map. And you know that that's the case, because they obviously banned the entirety of the military towers, but they left in the Dart Paragon. It's like, yeah, I'm obviously gonna do that on this specific map. Like, look at this thing, it's not even close. Look at how good it is. He's just being kept in place by like a degree 1 Dart Paragon. In fact, it's so good that he needs a little bit of time to come into the range of the Dart Paragon to get pushed back again. Yeah, so you actually don't need even that high of a degree of a Paragon to beat like an elite boss on this map, but we're obviously gonna try. So there goes the tier 3 boss. This was a super fast and a super easy clear, especially in a map like this one. So I think we're just gonna sell this guy now. We're obviously going for a little bit of a higher degree for the tier 4, so I'm just gonna buy the Crossbow Master over here so we can start gathering some pops. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna buy the second one here up top as well, so have them just attack, help with the defense as well, and then just spam the entirety of the map with a bunch of stuff. And we're also gonna buy some other Paragons. I think for the tier 4 we're gonna start with the Boomer Paragon, which is gonna give a 10% attack speed bonus to all primary towers essentially, which is obviously gonna cover the Dart Paragon as well. Alright, almost there. Round 98, so let's get it going. Let's buy the last tier 5 Boomerang. We're gonna get the Glaive Dominus, but this is only gonna be a degree 1 because you still get the full bonus regardless of the degree. But it's gonna be really nice to have here at the back line just in case something leaks. Like, for example, maybe the Dart Paragon is gonna get stunned, right? Anyways, this is the tier 4 boss, so let's buy it like this. I bought the second Crossbow Master, so if I just buy it like this without putting any additional cash, it's gonna be in the 20s. And honestly, that is more, it's actually 27. This is gonna be more than enough. I mean, look at just the damage though. This is so mesmerizing to watch, actually, all these Juggernaut balls getting kept inside. And actually the cool thing is that if some small balloon kind of leaks through, the Dart Paragon starts attacking that balloon instead of the boss, and the boss is gonna take damage. It's gonna get pushed back as well. But it seems like this is gonna be kind of a similar story to the tier 3. I mean, the degree is not even like that high, and this is like the cheapest and the worst Paragon in BT6, and look at how much this map empowers this Paragon. Like, this is actually crazy. This is so good, and keep in mind, this is not even its full power. But yeah, what a map and what a tower combo this is. I have a feeling that when Ninja Kiwi made this map, they made it specifically for the Dart Paragon, which I don't exactly remember when this map was released. I feel like we had like at least, I don't know, 5, 6 more Paragons on top of the Dart at that point, but come on, man. Yeah, this is just like not even funny how good it is. So you guys know what, we're gonna go for a super high degree on the Dart Paragon. we're gonna aim for around the 60s. I think we can easily achieve like 60, 60 plus. And honestly, if we just leave the 60, I think it's gonna beat the tier 5 by itself, but we're obviously not gonna do that. Alright, so 119 tier 5 is about to come out on the field. I'm still keeping this guy, the 27 that we got for the tier 4, but let's start selling all these farms. First things first, I'm actually gonna sell everything with the exception of the Boomer Paragon for the extra attack speed. I'm gonna keep the Tech Bot, which we're gonna hook the NG Paragon onto. And so let's start by buying the Master Builder. We're gonna have it here in the bottom left corner. Obviously, the Dart Paragon is super cheap, so we can afford to put a little bit more cash into this thing. We're looking for a degree 40-ish, and that's gonna be a 38. You guys know what? I'm fine with that. Alright, so now let's buy the Dart Paragon. Let's go like this, buy all the tier 5s, and actually I'm just gonna use the cash slider, I think. So go like this because we have a second crossbow master, which is kind of a unique thing. This is a 59. That's so close. You guys know what? I think it's still gonna be fine though. Let's see if a degree 59 is gonna be able to solo the Elite Vortex, 33.5 million HP. So right out of the get-go, you can see the damage is not exactly as strong as or is it? Maybe because we're playing on normal speed actually. Can this guy achieve what his predecessors did on tiers 3 and 4? Let's overclock it. Let's hook the overclock to the NG Paragon. Oh my god, look at these Juggernaut balls. Wait, I don't think I've actually tried this with the NG Paragon, right? You cannot even see the Paragon, you can only see his head. Look at how crazy it is. You can only see his head, guys. You cannot see the actual Paragon. Oh my god, this is disgusting how good it is. What a combo. What a tower and a map combo, or in this case a Paragon and a map combo. This is so satisfying to watch, and actually quite a cheap defense. Oh my god, that is ridiculous. You guys know what? It's actually doing the thing. It's actually keeping the Elite tier 5 boss back in its spot. Like, it's not even gotten stunned once, and I don't think it's gonna happen if we keep damage flowing like this. That is wild. Oh, wait a minute. Are we actually gonna see the first stun? It's getting close. Oh, it might get stunned. Yes, it did get stunned for the first time on the next to last skull, but thankfully we have both of these Paragons to defend the backline in case this happens. We kind of foresaw that something like this might happen, but I mean, come on, this is insane so far. Alright, so getting the damage back, and it's back to the same old story that we just saw for the first, like, what, 5-6 skulls. Did we get stunned again? No, we didn't. Alright, so this guy's gonna get cleaned up instantly. That is such a satisfying sight, actually, to watch. Oh my god, how strong is this Dart Paragon on a map like this, for sure. And there goes the tier 5 Elite Vortex. That was a super fun week of Elite boss. It was actually a nice change of pace, I feel like, because usually we have, you know, these kind of crazy bosses, but no, this time around it was super easy, it was super clean and super satisfying to do. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching it, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one.